This is Fred Beck from Fred Talks Fighting. Today, I'm very lucky to be joined by Sean Brewer. So, thank you very much for coming on, Sean. It's good to see you, mate.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Yeah, so thanks for coming on. So, how's your week been then? What have you been up to?
It's been good, man. It's been a real good week. I've been training hard at Bones Adams Gym. Got a possible fight date for December 17th in LA. So we just training for that if it goes through. So, but it's been good, man. We've been training hard.
Okay, that sounds good. I spoke to Bones Adams on here. Next year, when I come to Vegas, I'm going to come to his gym. He's a nice guy, Clarence, even though
Yes.
he doesn't like his name, Clarence. Yeah, so if we just go back in time a bit, I looked you up on YouTube. You haven't done many interviews, but what I did see is one of your amateur fights with, I think it was what was it, Amando Vargas. Is that correct? You
Yep.
fought him in
Amato
amateur.
Vargas. Yep. Yep.
So can you tell me a bit about your amateur career then?
I started amateur. I started fighting amateur when I was 16 in Texas. I started fighting when I was in Texas, and man, I my first 4 years of being amateur, I fought 67 times, and I got ranked. I want to say I was ranked number 8 just the second year I was boxing. Ranked in the U.S. from going to nationals and things like that. But I caught on very quickly, man. As soon as I started, I hit the ground running. Traveling as soon as I could, going to Vegas as much as I can to get exposure and different work and all that. And then yeah, man, I've just been all over as an amateur.
Yeah, 67 fights in 4 years. That's really impressive. In the UK, over here, you that would never happen. I guess it's just
Yeah.
less people, but 4 years. And if you're in the UK, if you're an amateur, you have 4 years, you probably maybe get 30 fights, and that's still pretty good. But 67 is a lot. And what are your biggest achievements as an amateur then?
My biggest achievements as an amateur is, winning title nationals, Golden Glove, Austin, Texas Golden Glove, Texas Golden Gloves, uh, South Texas championships, in Texas as well. And just fighting all over Texas as an amateur, man. The goal was to get on the USA team and go to the Olympic training facility, but kind of fell short. But it's all right. I get there with it.
Yeah, those achievements sound pretty good. I mean, if you're falling short of those achievements, it's not, I guess it's not really the end of the world. And what standout names do you kind of fight in your amateur career? I guess you got Amando Vargas as well.
So as an amateur, the top people that I've fought is Amato Vargas, Raymond Ford, you probably know him, Dominique Crowder, and that's pretty much the top names that I've competed against. But other than that, I've sparred with a lot of top guys as well as an amateur, even as a pro. So
Yeah, Raymond Ford, he had that draw, didn't he? And he fought quite recently against Reece Bellotti over here in the UK at Matchingshire fight camp. And so what type of fighters have you been sparring against them?
I've been in the ring with Angelo Leo. I've been in his camp multiple times. I've sparred with Tank a few times, and he's like a big brother to me. But Keith Hunter, I've sparred with him a lot. I'm always around him and his big brother Michael Hunter. Who else? It's man, been a lot of people. Gabriel Flores. I'm getting ready to be not in his camp, but getting ready to start sparring him as well. But it's been a lot, man, a lot of exposure.
I guess it's hard when you get asked. You probably sparred with quite a few more, but when you get put on the spot, you're like, okay, you can only name a few names. And how much does that help you, obviously, as a boxing prospect, when you get to go into a world champions camp like Gervonta Davis or Angelo Leo?
It's helped me a lot because knowing that I could be in the ring with those guys, it boosts me up and makes me work harder.
It gives you confidence.
Yes, it definitely does.
And then, obviously, before I just asked you about Gervonta Davis's next fight, but what do you kind of hope to? How do you kind of plan? Obviously, that's kind of your manager's job, but how do you kind of hope to achieve in your 2022? How many fights do you kind of aim to have as a boxing prospect? Because you want to be staying as busy as possible.
Yes. That's the goal, to stay as busy as possible and get as many fights as I can, till we get to the big stage. I'm wanting to, as a professional right now. We want to get one more before the year is over with. But come 2022, I want to hit the ground running and, get my name out there, get more exposure, be able to travel, get with a top promoter, and just fight as much as I can to be amongst the best.
Of course. And why do you think that so many young fighters go to Las Vegas to train? Obviously, got the Mayweather gym. You got City Athletic Kickboxing. You also got the top ranked gym and Bones Adams. Why do you think so many young fighters go to Vegas and train?
And Vegas is the hub. Vegas is the hub for boxing, man. It's crazy because people from all over the world, not just the U.S., but all over the world, come here for boxing. There was a kid that I met not too long ago that was here from Toronto, and he was just gym bouncing, trying to get as much work as he can, because here you never know who you're gonna run into. You could pretty much go into any gym and ask for work and see if there's, sparring available, or even just getting like advice from different coaches. You never know who you're gonna run into.
Exactly. You can pick things up from different gyms, which is always quite good. But don't you find there's a lot of distractions in Las Vegas as well, though?
Yeah. It's a lot here. Yeah. It's a 24/7 city, man, for sure.
I just want to ask you on a couple of upcoming fights. Gervonta Davis is next out in December. How do you think he gets along?
I think he's gonna win by the stoppage, man. Gervonta, I've sparred him, and his power is real. Obviously, you can see that, and the numbers don't lie, but he does have power, you know what I mean? And he could take it as well. So I got him winning by stoppage.
Yeah, I think that's kind of most people's prediction. Is he the hardest person you ever sparred with? The kind of hardest puncher?
Yes, he is. Yes. I have to admit, he is. He is.
Yeah, blimey, it must hurt quite a lot getting smashed to the head by the straight left. And then one more fight, I just want to get your thoughts on this weekend is Terence Crawford, Sean Porter. How do you think that goes down?
That's going to be a real good fight. That's this weekend, actually. It's going to be here in Vegas. I'm going to try and go to it. But that fight is going to be real interesting, man. Everybody is looking to see how me personally, I'm looking to see how Crawford deals with that like pressure, like hard work nonstop from the first round to the end, and see how he can control it and adapt to it. Seeing Errol Spence's performance against it, and now everybody wants to see Terence Crawford's performance against it. I think Terence Crawford will win just based off of his ring IQ and him being able to switch and just outbox. And he's a great boxer, so it's gonna be like that Matador and Bull.
Yeah, of course, a good example. And do you think Crawford has to get a stoppage to make a statement?
Honestly, it'd be great if he did, but if he made it look easy, then that right there is a statement, so. And
Sean's a very awkward fighter, so I can imagine that'll be quite difficult. And are there tickets left? You're going to go watch the fight. Are there still tickets available?
I think I heard they were sold out, but I'm gonna try and squeeze my way in some way somehow. Find my way to get to that fight. So
yeah, I imagine a few people in Vegas for a spare few tickets. But thanks for your time so much, Sean. I do really appreciate it. I know you're very busy, obviously, in Vegas right now. So where can people find your social media? You got anything else coming up, like sponsors or anything like that you want to shout out?
You can find me on Facebook at Sean Brewer II, and on Instagram you can search up Sean Brewer. The username is Gusto_2.
Awesome. I'll put the link to your Instagram in the description. But we'll catch up soon then, Sean. Thanks so much for your time.
Sir. Appreciate you. Appreciate it.